Today I'm going to show you something really cool. This is probably a product you've never seen before or never heard of, but it has a lot of very interesting possibilities. This is a freezer light. So basically you can see how it has a built-in fixture. Each end has some tabs where you can bolt it right to a wall. So these things come in 6-foot and 5-foot lengths. And let's take a look at the actual unit. So this is a 5-foot model. And let's take a little close up here. I want to show you some really cool points. Of course, each end has these little tabs, so you just screw it to the wall anywhere you want to. You don't need a fixture, nothing. And then it has a super, you see how there's a V. There's a set there, and this gives it, I think it was like a 220-degree range. I'll have to check on that, but a lot more wider range of light. These are super high efficiency, DLC rated. Now here's the power end of it, and you can kind of see how it's got the mounting tabs there. And the model I got here has a converter. This provides the DC. The red and the black wires are DC to power this thing. So it's a low voltage wiring, so you don't have to worry about electric shock with that. Although I've been told that they're coming up with a new line, new models of these that have the inverter built into the bulb, so you don't even have to worry about installing the inverter here. But man, if you can't think of a use for these things, you don't have any imagination. Well, here it is. This is the idea I had, and look at how nicely I got all the rest of the lights turned off. There are more lights. If you followed any of my LED videos, you can see all the LED bulbs I put in the ceiling here. But this area, even with the ceiling lights, was kind of shaded, and because of the shelf. But anyway, look at how nice it is to work here. So when you're sitting here cutting on the table saw, of course I have other lights that'll be on, but just the light from the back, now I can finally see what I'm doing. I can do those exact cuts. I'm working down here. There'll be lots of light down here. And anyway, this is just the start. Let me show you what I did here. You can see I put a piece of wood. I cut a piece of 45 wood there, screwed it in, recessed the holes, and then attached this thing. It was just a simple little thing. It just took 2 minutes with the screwdriver. Here's this end. And think about all the work. If you got a work area, you need light. Just think how easily you can just pop that little thing in. Let me go turn on the ceiling lights here. And of course, you probably see my reviews of the LED lights up here. Now we can kind of get the full impact of what it'll be like. But you know what? I got plans here. This is just here's another look at the light fully installed. Let's take a look at it here. Now, one thing, it does have an external power supply. And what I did is I just didn't want to have wires flopping around here. So I've got like a wire clamp underneath here. So it clamps the wires. And I used shrink wrap tubing. So I put a couple layers of shrink wrap tubing on there. And now it's all nice and professional and solid. Put a little metal clip up there to hold those wires there. Now you see I've got this block of wood here. You know what? I'm wishing I didn't even do that. I could have just bolted up to the top here, and that would have been fine too. You know, these things look like they'd be really good lights to just have like underneath cabinets or underneath shelves. So anyway, it's a really nice little light fixture. So we added a light switch. So I got a light switch for the bottom light, and then a light switch for the top lights. And I added an extra power thing here. We really need that here for any power around this area. And then on this end, I added a 4-way box of power here. So now we're all set with power. So anyway, this is a workbench that you can get some work done.